We all set then?
Russian bear dog.
Bear wolf.
No, I hear you, kind of.
I said.
Hey, yeah.
That I'm gonna mute myself so I don't
Okay.
interrupt you guys.
Okay.
Honorable mentions. Oh my god, she was doing all that on a flip phone?
What?
What?
What are you talking about?
What Brody just said. Or, Spud Miss. I'm not sure if she was actually
Impressive at that point then.
Can you have apps on a flip phone?
Yeah, you can.
No.
You gotta
What?
really... It depends what flip phone it is.
Because
Because...
you gotta want it.
Oh god, does anyone else hear the meowing? Because that's Loki. I need to go and save the cat.
Alright, save your cat and then we'll read our fic.
Okay.
Save Vanya.
Dosidonia.
While she's saving her cat, I remember I have a cake pop.
I can't think of any puns with puppies for Jay.
I got a cake pop. It's cookie dough flavored.
Oh, ooh, that was an awful sound. I'm
That was
sorry.
cute. But if you go to Starbucks, they have cookie dough cake pops.
Ooh.
If you come to my house, I have cookies.
Yes.
Ooh.
There used to be cookie dough, but then
I
I
have
ate it
cookie
all.
dough. I made shortbread cookies. It includes a lot of butter.
Tell me about it.
Shortbread cookies are amazing.
It's 2 cups of butter. That's kind of insane.
Yeah.
Ugh. I had war flashbacks. I hope Lance doesn't have to speak Spanish in this one. So far, I've been able to avoid Lance speaking Spanish in any fics I've read. Would you guys like to hear my Spanish accent?
I don't think he does.
Sure.
Cuando the biblioteca. Later.
I've actually considered wanting to read Lance just because I like reading the Spanish stuff, but I don't want to take that role away from anybody, so I'm okay with just being narrator for most of the time.
I kind of want to hear someone speak actual Spanish.
Well, whenever we have a fic where Lance speaks Spanish, then Claire gets to be Lance.
True.
Does he speak Spanish in this one, or does he just speak tomato?
No, it's okay. I want to hear Tessa's beautiful voice as Lance. For this one, at least.
I hope we can start this soon, because I just realized I have some presents I have to wrap before I go to bed.
Oh, gee.
For this, do I have to read August 1st or number 1 August? How do I read that?
Shady is back.
I would just
Welcome
do
back.
One
Thank you,
August,
wifey.
Because it's one of those fics where it's like, oh, you know, the 5
It's
fics.
the 5 things.
Okay, I don't know. I've never done these before. Okay, so... Do you want me to read the...
Sorry, I just thought of a meme.
Oh no.
Let me see if I can find it. It's hilarious.
Timber is memeing 24/7. This is no surprise.
Like, that was so out of the blue.
It's really
This is
funny.
normal, actually.
I can't
I guess
remember.
so.
I also love the name of the author. This is like the best name ever. Dear Stalker Death Frisbee.
Okay.
Dear Sucker Death Frisbee, someone must have written some Sherlock fanfic. Let me check. What? Damn it. That's disappointing.
Alright, are you all ready?
No, they totally did.
Alright,
Oh.
I'm set.
Alright.
Is Shady back?
Yep, Shady's back. Back again. Tell a friend.
Alright, I'm
Hey,
muted for
Shiva?
now. Yeah.
Shady's back.
I didn't get that.
Oh my god.
That took me a minute.
Alright. Okay, now we can start.
Holy moly me oh my by Dear Stalker Death Frisbee. Number 1. August.
What team?
Lance comes bounding through Keith's front door, already shouting. Keith looks up from the script he'd been reading, one eyebrow raised.
What sport are we talking about?
Lance stops his jumping around to stare at him incredulously.
What? You've never seen High School Musical?
Keith rolls his eyes.
I've seen plenty of musicals, Lance. Some of them even had high schoolers in them.
Lance rolls his eyes right back at him.
But you've never seen High School Musical. You know, the Disney's Channel sensation that defined a generation.
Did you come up with that catchphrase on your own?
Keith shakes his head, dislodging a pencil he'd stuck in his haphazardly tied back hair.
Never mind. What's the big deal with this High School Musical?
What's the big deal, he says.
Lance scoffs.
High School Musical with audible air quotes, he says.
I didn't actually say the quotation marks.
But you were thinking them.
I'll admit to that.
Lance sighs dramatically.
That's it. We're watching High School Musical. Drop what you're doing and scoot over or I'm sitting on you.
Keith makes a microscopic amount of effort to move over and smirks internally when Lance rolls his eyes and just sprawls on top of him, remote in hand. Keith snakes an arm around Lance's middle to hold him in place as Lance waves the remote at the TV, still babbling.
This is like the ultimate Disney musical high school comedy.
That's way too many genres.
Keith grumbles half-heartedly.
Clearly I wasn't missing much the years I didn't have cable.
Shush you. My sisters were addicted to this. We watched it maybe 1 million times.
1 million times?
Keith is skeptical.
Ballpark estimate. Now shush, it's starting.
1 hour later.
Oh my god, Pidge, this is the funniest thing ever. I've created a monster.
Lance whispers into the phone.
What the fuck did you do, Lance? Why do I hear yelling?
That would be Keith.
Lance cackles slightly.
Turns out High School Musical is not an accurate representation of the professional theater.
He pulls the receiver away from his face and aims his phone in the direction of Keith, who is now sitting bolt upright on the couch, berating the screen.
What the actual fuck are people doing? That is not how you run an audition. Where is the stage manager? Who the hell treats the musical director like that? What kind of suburban hellscape is this?
Having run out of air, Keith curls back against the couch, fingers clamped tight around a pillow held against his chest. Lance fears for that pillow's life.
Disney Channel!
Keith practically hisses before giving a bizarre gasp, yelp, and
How in the hell did they rig that? No, and no, that is not. What the fuck?
Lance pulls the phone back to his ear in time to hear Paige wheezing as she chokes on her laughter.
That is the best thing I've ever heard. Don't start the second one until I get there.
Sure thing, boss. I better go. It looks like Keith's about to pop a vein, or maybe destroy the throw pillow.
What the actual fuck, Disney?
Keith, babe, please remember this is a fictional depiction of high school. Actors' equality is not exactly a thing in this universe.
2. September.
I should head back home,
Lance sighs.
but it's cold outside.
So, just use the dumbwaiter.
Paige is using it.
So walk.
It's cold.
Borrow a scarf.
Keith is clearly not getting the message. Lance stands up, walks over to him, stepping in close and placing a gentle hand on either side of his boyfriend's head.
Keith, you beautiful dumb tomato.
Why am I a tomato?
Lance is not listening.
When someone says, I should head back, but insert lame excuse here, they typically don't actually want to leave.
Keith blinks like this had honestly not occurred to him.
Lance, would you like to stay the night since apparently the 3 feet from my door to yours is so unbearably cold, despite it only being September, that you cannot contemplate going outside?
Well, yes, Keith, I would.
Lance says, grinning. He drops his hands from Keith's face and instead loops them around his neck and leans in. They have time. A few weeks later, he moves in for good. 3. October.
Why did you want to watch this movie? You've spent the whole thing avoiding the killer shark scenes. It's a movie about killer sharks!
It's Halloween.
Lance huffs, face still buried in Keith's shoulder, which for the record is very muscular and attractive, but kind of bony when one's face is pressed against all its sharp angles.
It's time to watch scary movies.
Watch being the operative word here.
I'm watching.
Everything but the shark attacks. In a B, possibly C movie about super smart shark killing people, that's basically all the extreme lame parts instead of the slightly less lame parts.
You're enjoying it.
Lance's tone is mildly accusatory.
Duh. I like watching CGI sharks chew up dummy versions of mildly famous people. Also, Samuel L. Jackson's death scene was really funny.
You have horrible taste.
You picked the movie.
Shut up and tell me when the shark stopped chasing Thomas Jane and Saffron Burrows.
That's basically the plot of the movie. And for the record, I'm totally rooting for the sharks to get Saffron Burrows. Her character's annoying.
Is LL Cool J at least still alive?
You would know if you watched the movie.
Keith sings songs annoyingly.
Ugh!
Lance sighs dramatically and cuddles closer.
That's it. I'm spending the rest of the movie clinging to you. Your hotness can keep the sharks at bay.
My hotness and the fact that we're inland and sharks aren't actually this bloodthirsty in real life.
Shut up and let me grope you.
4.
That's being recorded.
Future Shady, I want you to isolate that soundbite.
Beautiful.
4. November.
Good morning, sunshine!
Lance shouts and cackles when Keith literally jumps awake, leaping into a couch on top of the blankets, arms akimbo and eyes scanning the room, searching for a potential threat. Keith spots him and groans, flopping onto the blankets face first.
What, Lance?
He asks, words muffled by the quilts.
Time to pack to go to Mom's.
What?
Keith turns his face over, putting the absolute least amount of effort into the motion as possible.
Thanksgiving?
Lance tips his head to the side.
We talked about this.
Keith narrows his eyes.
Wait.
Yeah?
When you asked if I had anything planned for Thanksgiving with my brother, and I said no, he's in Europe for work, and you said, great, we'll do a family Thanksgiving. And I assumed that basically meant doing nothing all weekend here at home. You actually meant
That we were invited to my parents' house for Thanksgiving?
yes.
Wow. We suck at communication.
Nah, it's cool.
Keith yawns and blinks sleepily.
It'll be weird, but it's cool. I'm going back to sleep now.
Lance blinks and shakes himself, like a robot being powered up.
Wait.
He shakes Keith's shoulder.
Wake up.
Keith peels one eye open enough to glare at him.
What?
You're just fine with me accidentally making plans without your input? Just forcing my big giant family and our ridiculous Thanksgiving crap on you without your consent or whatever?
Keith sighs and shakes off Lance's hand to sit upright, apparently resigned to being awake.
It's no big deal.
Lance stares at him like he's some kind of unicorn Pegasus hybrid. Keith flops his head on Lance's shoulder because, fuck it, if he's going to have emotional conversations before coffee, he's doing it with a human pillow.
I spent the first 15 years of my life on the move. When my mom was done with a place, she'd just pack up and leave. Practically no warning. Last minute plans are nothing compared to that. I'm adaptable. And
He curls close and avoids eye contact. Damn it, this is hard. He's not used to talking about his past. His coworkers don't really ask about it beyond the general "where are you from" questions, and Shiro already knows most of it. He lived half of it. They don't really make a habit of rehashing Keith's childhood. There's too much there. So this is new. But he wants to try here. He really wants to try. So he takes a deep breath.
we didn't really do much for the holidays. Mom didn't, at least. We never had a whole lot of money and were always on the move. She didn't talk to her parents.
He laughs, a harsh, dry sound.
They didn't know I existed until she died, and social services tracked them down. They didn't want me.
He drags in a breath.
And Shiro was always with his dad during the school years, so the only holidays we had together before Mom died were 4th of July and Father's Day, which was fucking weird. He spent Mother's Day with his dad and Father's Day with our mom. It was dumb. Anyway, Mom didn't do much for Thanksgiving or Christmas. None of that family Hallmark stuff anyways. We had a dinky little plastic tree and Chinese food on Christmas and whatever was in the pantry for Thanksgiving. After Shiro got me, we tried to do the whole Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's thing, but I was kind of a brat, and he didn't know what he was doing, so we just kept it low-key.
Keith sighs.
I guess what I'm saying is that I've never had the big family holiday thing, and that it's pretty cool that you want me to be a part of yours.
A drop of something hits his cheek, and he scrubs at it, looking up to see Lance looking at him with tears in his eyes.
Oh, come on.
Keith sighs.
You don't get to tear up at my stupid sob story. It's not even all that sad. Oof.
The rest of his sentence is lost when Lance tackle hugs him onto the bed and they go down, Lance on top of him in a mess of tangled limbs.
I love you, you sad emo fuck.
That is literally the worst version of that sentiment I've ever heard.
Shut up, you beautiful lonely duckling.
You're so weird.
Just come home with me and let my mom feed you and play drinking games with my older sisters. 1 drink every time Mama yells in Spanglish at the football game. 2 drinks if it's one of us. And let my nieces braid your dumb, floofy hair, and my sisters paint your nails and ask you weird, invasive questions you do not have to answer. And, I just want my weird family to adopt you.
I think Shiro would fight you for adoption rights.
Keith mumbles because he can't think of anything else to say.
I can keep him too. I like Shiro. He's a cool dude. Please come to Thanksgiving dinner and be part of my family and stop being lonely.
I'm not that lonely, Lance.
Not if I can help it.
Lance says decisively, squeezing him even tighter. Keith sighs and lets a little smile slip through.
So we're going to your mom's for Thanksgiving?
Yes, and it's going to be great.
Sounds good.
And it does. 5. December.
Why doesn't the program have plot summary?
Keith mutters before the show.
It's a ballet. There's a story, isn't there?
Lance shrugs.
I guess they assume everyone already knows the Nutcracker story. I mean, the Barbie movie covers it pretty well.
What?
Keith looks at him confused, and Lance remembers that Keith possibly grew up under a rock, and probably didn't have a legion of sisters to bully him into watching cartoon versions of Barbie cavort around enchanted forests with a menagerie of animal sidekicks.
Don't worry about it. It's pretty easy to follow.
At least Lance thinks it is. He's never put a ton of thought into the actual plot of the Nutcracker before. It's sort of like a lucid dream. It makes sense when you're in the middle of it, but you couldn't really think too hard about it outside of its context. He sneaks a look at Keith out of the corner of his eye. Keith is definitely going to overthink the Nutcracker. Lance opens his program and focuses on finding all the places his little sisters and nieces' names come up. He can deal with his boyfriend's head exploding later. An intermission, Keith looks him dead in the eye and says,
That Mouse King is fucked up.
Lance chokes in a laugh and channels all his restrained mirth into swatting Keith on the arm.
Don't swear. This is a family show.
I thought that mask was creepy in our living room. It's creepier on stage.
Well, that's true.
Lance admits he was very happy to return that particular costume piece.
And I still don't know what's going on.
Don't think too hard about it.
Keith gives him a blank look. Oh boy.
But why?
Keith is still trying to figure out the plot of the Nutcracker as they make their way down to the lobby to greet Lance's little sisters and nieces.
Why did any of that happen?
Really hung up on making the Nutcracker make sense.
It baffles me.
You know what, babe? I'm gonna do you a favor. You're not gonna think it's a favor, but if it'll keep you from fixating on the Nutcracker's plot holes for the rest of December, I'll count it as a win.
Before Keith can protest or ask Lance what he's talking about, 2 5-year-old balls of pure energy collide with their legs.
Uncle Lance, did you see? Did you see?
I saw.
He parrots back at them.
You were lovely. Keith agrees. But you know, mijas, Keith has never ever seen the Barbie Nutcracker movie.
Never ever?
The twins repeat in sync.
I think you should show it to him when we get back to Grandma and Abuelita's house.
Yes.
They cheer and Lance glances back to see Keith's rigor mortis smile and sharp look of,
What have you gotten me into?
Lance laughs.
I'll even watch it with you guys.
That appeases Keith somewhat, but he's apparently not counting on the fact that Lance will now know his every microscopic reaction to Barbie's surprisingly heartwarming quest. This is what you get for trying to understand the Nutcracker. +1. New Year's Eve.
I gave up on shoveling the driveway.
Lance calls as he trudges inside.
More snow just fills the places I shovel. It's depressing.
He blinks.
Why is it dark inside? Did we lose power? Fuck. We better not have lost power again. It's a fucking blizzard out there. Keith, are you home? Are you dead? Because there's really nowhere you could go in this weather.
He turns the corner to the kitchen and stops dead. The kitchen is full of light and cheer, and Pidge is sitting on the counter, trying to stealthily take apart their blender while Hunk does something, possibly witchcraft, at the stove that produces some sort of amazing smell, while Keith, hair dusted with flour, slices into steaming loaves of homemade bread.
What the...
Lance trails off, gaping at his friends.
Oh, good. Hello, Lance.
Allura sticks her head out of the pantry.
I was helping Hunk and Pidge. Apparently Matt needed rescuing? Something to do with an igloo?
It was a Quincy.
Matt sighs. Lance turns to see him climbing through the dumbwaiter, clad in one of Hunk's extra sweaters, which looks like a tent on his beanpole body.
Quincies are piles of snow that have been hollowed out. Igloos are constructed from blocks of snow.
We had to rescue Matt because he's an idiot who decides to try living in a snow pile for 3 days to prove he can, or something equally dumb.
Pidge clarifies, looking up from her half-deconstructed blender.
It was in my backyard.
Matt huffs.
I wasn't going to die.
It partially caved in. Hunk, Allura, and Keith had to dig you out.
Okay, so maybe it's not the most structurally sound dwelling in a snowstorm.
I had to give them detailed instructions to avoid accidentally bringing it down on top of you when they dug you out.
Pidge says, narrowing her eyes irritably at Matt, who seems untroubled by the whole ordeal.
Anyway,
Allura claps her hands.
we rescued Matt and drove back to Hunk and Pidge's since Matt's house keys were lost in the snowdrift.
I still think Pidge and I could have broken in without tripping his security system.
Keith mutters.
Let's not add housebreaking to your resume just yet.
Allura says cheerily.
And Lance, Keith mentioned you were snowed in and couldn't drive back to your parents' place for New Year's.
Keith coughs awkwardly, and holy shit, are his ears turning pink? Lance, who had been fully prepared to be generally grumpy and cantankerous this evening, feels something akin to warmth bubble up in his chest.
You seemed really down about not getting out to your mom's and doing all your New Year's Eve family traditions with everybody.
Keith says, not looking at Lance, laser focused on the bread he is slicing with far more attention and precision than bread ever calls for.
And I figured, even if you couldn't have New Year's with your family there, maybe we could do something with our family here.
The warm something in Lance's chest positively explodes.
I freaking love you guys. All of you. You're all so special and magical, and I love you all a really embarrassing amount, but Keith's officially and forever my favorite.
Keith sneaks a look at him, and Lance takes the opportunity to grab his stupid handsome face and kiss him.
I love you, babe.
I know.
Quit Han Soloing me.
Keith grins and sets his scary bread knife down and leans in, kissing him back, deeper and softer than before.
I love you too.
There, was that so hard? No, don't answer that. I don't need your sass.
Keith laughs, and they all gather in the kitchen to eat Hunk's amazing food and welcome the new year together. At some point between the appetizers and the champagne and actual dinner, Keith leans into Lance's side and whispers,
Did I get it right?
Lance, grinning from ear to ear, turns and kisses his forehead.
You got it exactly right, babe.
Cute.
Aww.
Yeah.
That was cute.
It has
Aww.
a that this is part 6 in a series, so there's probably a backstory here.
That was Andor.
Oh,
Oh,
my bro.
Prone's back. Everybody drink.
Drink and
by
save,
the way,
everyone. Drink and save.
Guys, give me a second. I gotta go get water.
while we were reading that,
I am single-handedly keeping you all alive.
true.
Specifically me.
How are you keeping us all alive? I'm confused.
Because
Well-
they drink every time I come back, but they don't ever drink because they're artists.
Well, I mean, I drink.
I drink water, so...
I don't.
We're keeping Bear
What are
alive.
you saying?
Yeah, we're keeping Bear alive.
Oh, While we
Staying
were
alive,
reading that,
staying
the
alive.
person I
Also,
had.
fair. Really? The Tom and Jerry version is better? I'm curious now.
Oh,
I've
I
never
love
seen
the
that
Tom
one.
and Jerry
Never knew it
version.
existed.
Every year I'd watch that with my family, specifically my cousins. Oh man, brings back memories.
We used to watch The Year Without a Santa Claus every year.
What even?
She-
All I can remember is they keep rerunning Santa got run over by a reindeer. I mean, Grandma.
Grandma, not Santa.
Santa got rid of it.
Santa
Yeah,
got run
Rudolph
over
got
by
really
a
fed up with not
reindeer.
getting to work at all.
Okay. I got
Wow,
myself
we
a
were
couple
Oh
reading
my
that.
gosh, we rewatched the old Rudolph the Reindeer like
What
animated
happened?
thing.
Brown. Let him speak.
What?
Oh no!
Can't hear you. She.
Timber, please. What happened?
While we were reading that fic, the person I have editing my fic hasn't seen all of Ultron, and he asked me if Pidge was a girl, and I was like, yes. Okay. He's seen like episode 1, so I spoiled Voltron for him. And then he's like, kind of a nature of the beast, having me edit this. I was like, still, I didn't think about that at all.
What have you done?
What have I done?
You ruined it.
That was a good plotline.
I accidentally spoiled a part of Life is Strange for Allison once because there's this fan-made game based off it called Love is Strange. It's basically just like this dating sim.
Mhm.
I was having her read a part of it, and I didn't think it had any spoilers for the actual game, but turns out it does. I was
Oh,
like, oh my god, I'm so sorry.
should we play that after Life is Strange then?
Absolutely, please.
I'd love that.
That one I can guarantee your computer will handle.
Oh, good.
I have
can
a
stream that one.
strange game-related question.
Okay.
Answer.
For all of you who play Minecraft,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
do you go through stacks and stacks of torches?
No,
Is it just me?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
absolutely
too
not.
Yes.
That's
Too
wasteful.
much.
All
That's
you
just
need is one
you.
torch to go with you throughout the entire cave.
All right, Shady's crazy. Ignore her. But you don't need
Alright, so
stacks.
Shady gets eaten by zombies all the time.
No, not even.
don't believe
What do
you.
you believe in, Shady?
You could fight me on this.
No, it's
I
only
cave
actually-
with the airlock
I've been
system. I
killed
take
more than
extra doors and seal off the cave in front and behind me when I
You
want to
take
mine.
doors mining with you?
Why do you
Or I
need
just seal
doors?
up the wall and then mine
If
through
you
it.
want
I don't even take doors. I just take a bunch of torches because I like all the nice paths I make and I like being organized.
I mean, it's
I have a full.
I have a proposition for you.
okay.
Make a Minecraft server for us.
Okay.
That's
Ooh.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Okay.
how to do
So you
that.
know what's funny?
Oh, speaking of gaming, actually, I'll let you finish that. And I'll finish
Okay.
my other one. Go.
I'm
So
gonna show you a screenshot.
Henry and I actually own a ton of Minecraft servers because that was one of the things that we were trying to do a long time
Cool.
ago. And we
Can we-
still have the maps for our little mansion that we created. I just need to tell him to
Oh.
hook it up and he'll do it.
I want to play with you guys so bad. And I promise I will make totally. I will, actually. I can't even lie. Never mind.
Well, just wait till you hear the stories to figure
Alright,
out
so
the
I'm gonna take a
yeah.
screenshot to show you guys a thing, and we'll see if it's actually visible enough. I think it's F2. That screenshot it is.
Anyways, Timber, what were you gonna say?
Shady, I have another proposition for you.
Okay.
Right now my computer can't handle it, but
Same.
you're right. But what if we had like a 24-hour combined stream together where we either switch off every 6 hours playing games, or we play the same game and
And we
race each other?
speedrun. Oh, I'm so down for that.
Would that be a lot of fun?
That
I
would
wanna do
be.
that.
I want to do it so bad.
Join?
Unfortunately, the only game that my computer might be able to handle that in is in Portal, maybe.
I was gonna
and
say
I
Portal would be a
fucking
good one.
destroy
I would
you
destroy
at
you as
Portal.
well because
Oh,
I have
come at me,
seen.
bro.
Dude, we'll do it. Give me a day.
We'll have to play Zelda race sometime.
We have to do a Zelda race too.
Yeah.
need a
I want to
capture card
fight
for
you all
Zelda.
in Zelda.
Yes.
Either we get a capture card or we see what Zelda games are on Steam. I doubt, but
There are no Zelda
I
games on
just-
Steam. Crazy person.
I
mean,
believe.
like, there's the ROMs.
Yeah.
There's the ROMs
We could
on
probably
your
find a
laptop.
ROM that's
Yeah.
bad.
I have
Hey, if we get like the
Cabaret.
original Zelda.
So on my wall, I have the original for the Game Boy Color, the Ocarina of Time, and I can't read the other one because it's been so long. I'm gonna go and grab it. But the Minish Cap is also hanging on my wall.
Minish Cap.
Let me grab them, and I will send a
I haven't
pic.
finished Minish Cap, honestly.
It's
I'm like three. I'm like one half. I'm half through. Okay.
2 1
It
half.
just- No, it's I have the ROM. I played it like a year or two ago, and then I never finished it because I never touched the ROM ever again.
I have
It's
Oracle of
very much
Secondary
Ages.
question.
I have Oracle of
Oh, boy.
Ages and Link's Awakening. Never mind. I have Ocarina of Time somewhere. I know
I
I
have
bought it.
Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Skyward Sword, Twilight Princess, Wind Waker, The Minish Cap, the original Zelda, Zelda 2, Oracle of Ages, Oracle of Seasons.
I have
Uh,
Oracle of
Four
Seasons
Swords
too, but I don't know where
Adventures,
it
not
is.
Actually, I think I have the original Four Swords too.
Oh, I have
Hey guys, I
Four
have a
Swords
follow-up
Adventures.
question. What field
Yes.
of view do you guys play on?
I play
What?
first person.
Well, no, field of view, not
Oh, like render distance?
no, like FOV. Like how far? You've never seen the FOV slider?
No.
I don't touch
no,
it.
No,
Oh dear God!
That's all the way at 0 for me. All the way at 0.
Really?
haven't
I
played
never
Minecraft
touch it.
in
I
at
play it
least
Quake
70
Pro.
years.
I can't deal with it.
I mean,
I
You
wanna
play
play
on Quake
Minecraft.
Pro? What is wrong with you? That's so trippy.
I can see everything.
I
gonna
can
play
show
Minecraft
you
right
the
now.
If it's
world.
not on Quake Pro, I can't see anything. I mean, normally it's set to like what, 90?
What the fuck are you talking about? Give me a
If you
sec
go
so I
into
can.
Minecraft and you go into
try it.
options, there's a slider up at the top that says FOV,
Aw,
We'll have
it's
a number
signed me
next to it.
out.
and I think it starts at 80 is where it's normally set. And FOV stands for field of view. I put it up on Quake Pro. You know what? You know what it is? Have you guys ever played Hypixel?
Yes.
Have you played the railguns?
Yes.
No.
I put it on
That's
Quake
Quake
Pro
Pro.
so I could see people in the corners.
Oh, you cheater.
Why?
You
Not
dirty
before my
cheater.
This view.
Anyways,
Oop, I'm in creative mode.
there
That
they
was not
are in
supposed
all
to
the
happen.
glory.
Prone, I will fight you right now. I was the best. I was the best. No,
You
I
were
had-
the best.
How many kills do you usually get?
Usually, I don't even remember because it's been a while.
I had a
But-
friend who used to get upwards of like 25 or 26 every game, and I got like 8, and I was just like, ugh.
You see, my friends got in the 30 range. I was the worst out of all my friends because they were actually insanely good at the game. And
That's
God damn it,
terrifying.
Harlan with your 40 kills this one game. Harlan, I wanted to kill him.
I got
so
40
badly.
kills?
He's insane.
Ridiculous.
He's insanely good at Minecraft.
Okay, I'm good at building in Minecraft. What is that?
Dude,
Is
my
that a chocolate
friends
chip?
are just too
Oh, it's
good.
not a chocolate chip. I
The
was
chocolate chip clip?
no, it's devil horns. I'll take a picture.
Oh, I thought they were
Oh.
peeps.
No,
Okay,
no.
Anyway, I'm terrible at PvP in games. I'm great at building. I have
Actually.
built some pretty
Fight
fun
me, Prone.
stuff.
Fight me. I'll fight you right now.
In a build battle?
No, well, I could. Yes, I can actually do that. I was
Alright.
told I made really cute stuff.
Alright, super flat world, 15 minutes.